since it hasn't been very long since, time-wise since the last session, and DJ Smack Talk really hasn't had time to get new information for a new broadcast update, we're just going to go with previously in Dragon's Maw. After spending some time with Flotsam playing a game of Mythical Realms, the party was summoned again by a slightly singed Chase, the recent victim of an explosive missive. Silver Wrench had been the messenger, but the party determined he wasn't the mastermind, but perhaps one of the construction ponies he'd spoken to in Gold Rush, taking a cut from the executive. Between that and the executive's publicly announced plans to join the cult of Tiamat, Powder Keg became determined to change priorities from the dragons to dealing with the executive directly once and for all. But since they'd made a promise, and the executive was on the other side of the maw by now, the group decided to deal with the current dragon for now. And so they left Skyfall alongside the Black Lotus Prospectors. As soon as they entered the Backstab Curse territory proper, it started affecting them. Tempers flared as the party's paranoia turned them against each other, and Javalt's mad laughter did not help either. It took Powder Keg's loyalty to get the group out from under the mental influence of the curse, but not before Tempered Steel took one in the family jewels, courtesy of Dr. Tibbs. Shortly after, the combined party reached the edge of the radiation zone surrounding the Tainted Abyss, so the smaller group of Dr. Tibbs, Aurelia, Excalibur, Zephyr, and Dr. Javalt's robot, Igor, went in by themselves, with Zenkarn following along silently in soul form, and the rest of the group monitoring through radio and video. They reached the Tainted Abyss, a great spiraling crevasse filled with intense radiation and taint residue. At the bottom they found a crystal orb known as the Lens of Truth, but it was cracked. Zenkarn's magical analysis told them that they had to feed the orb hidden truths in order to restore its power, since it was the key to unlocking Tanis's lair. Dr. Tibbs offered up a confession, Zenkarn shared something in secret because he was in soul form, and the final truth came from Aurelia, who admitted that she found Excalibur kind of weirdly attractive. With that, the group awkwardly made their way down to the bottom of the crevasse and installed the Lens of Truth into an ornate stone gate. The lens shone, the gate opened, and the exploration team discovered that the lens was now broadcasting their thoughts to each other, including Zenkarn because he messed up his magical examination and tapped into the feed as well. But regardless, the gates to the Dragon Tanis's lair are now open. So, basically how this thought sharing works. For those that are currently affected by it, which, as far as the PCs go, is basically Great Din and Cuteless, anything you say out of character, anything, is interpreted as an in-character thought and can be heard by everyone else.
So, for example, if I just started reading the Mental Collective chat out loud...
Except for stuff that is blatantly meta.
So he doesn't come across as a crazy person.
Yeah. Well, actually, even then, maybe it's just, this random stream of thoughts, then fine. But basically, any sort of out of character, usual analysis or conversation you have, is interpreted as, a thought or some kind of intent that, with interpretation, but, the rest of the group can hear that. So, you can, control what you say about as well as you can control what you think, but there's no barrier in that way anymore.
Son of a bitch.
And,
okay.
And how
I understand.
So that's how it works for the PCs. As for the NPCs in your group, basically, Aurelia, Excalibur, and Zephyr, I'll just be kind of announcing what they're thinking a bit more often than usual, but, basically, you can ask just about any question about them and get a straight answer, unless it's, a super secret guarded thing, but, there's very little that would come under that heading.
And even then, with some probing, we should be able to make them think about it.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. Everyone, just think about kittens.
But, this doesn't apply to the rest of the group kind of watching via radio and video on the outside, which is Flotsam, Tempered Steel, Powder Keg, who is late to the session right now, and Dr. Javalt, along
Powder
with
Keg
along with, the rest of the Black Lotus group, 10 paces and Slick.
Powder Keg is taking a short nap.
Probably retaliation for the code names.
He's busy thinking up ways to tick off the other party.
Yes, he's busy thinking up new insults for Zephyr.
Anyway.
So what can we see in front of us? Those that are down there in the abyss.
In front of you, the stone gates have opened, and you find that the cave stretches on a bit further, and you can see fairly clearly because the walls are just kind of faintly glowing. You can see it becomes this sort of stone hallway that and then goes to these steps that lead down, and that's as far as you can see from where you are right now.
All right. Guess nowhere to move but forward. Shall we go?
Yeah, sure. This is gonna get pretty awkward.
Now, you think?
Yeah, I think so. Was that you, Zenkarn?
Oh, yep, that was me.
Are you being affected by this thing too?
Can you hear me?
I can hear what you're thinking.
Then
What
yes,
are you
I
all
would
talking
assume.
about?
Igor, we're hearing each other's thoughts, but apparently it doesn't affect you, and actually, I'm thankful for that.
Does a robot have thoughts?
Of a sense, but not in the way that this particular magical effect can really read.
Well, they don't really have biological thoughts in any sense. I mean, their minds are machine rather than biomatter.
111.
Racist.
Well, it's...
I'm pretty sure Igor can't hear that because I'm not one of the people that you can hear out of character conversations.
True. That is true.
Oh, I thought you were saying that over the radio.
Yeah.
No, if I were saying it over the radio, it'd be in my Tibbert skill voice.
Oh, yeah.
Thank goodness we don't have to hear anything from that bloody tin can. It's the last thing I need in my head.
Frickin' agree with you right there. You hear from Excalibur.
Yup.
Meanwhile, Zephyr is just like, don't think about anything, don't think about anything, don't think about anything, don't think about anything, don't think about it. Alright. Really, is just like, okay, can we just get going now? Sooner we get this done, the better.
Couldn't agree with you more, Sheila.
Let's go kill Aunt Tanis.
Sure, I'm on a
Aunt?
time limit.
Well, sort of an aunt. I don't really know how I'm related to them, but yeah. Let's just do it.
Very well.
Alright, so you all head forward.
Seems like the plan.
Alright, so, you head into the hallway, and you, head down these stairs, and it leads you to this sort of ornate, doorway. Something seems somewhat similar to the, one of the, Church of Tiamat temples you've seen before.
Is it locked?
Does not appear to have any sort of locking mechanism whatsoever.
That doesn't mean it's not locked.
Alright. Do you try to open it?
I walked through it.
Okay, so Zenkarn walks through the door without a problem, and Zenkarn alone can see this massive chapel stretch out before him. Great big, cathedral-sized mass hall with wooden pews and everything. Towards the back is a great big statue of a dragon. You assume it's probably Tanis. And the whole room is lit, mainly a few torches here and there, but mainly along the back wall there is a waterfall of this glowing green liquid substance.
So,
Fantastic.
Zenkarn, you can hear us,
you
right?
guys still...
So are
Yeah.
us up... Oh, now it's just Zenkarn that sees this right now, right?
Yeah, it's just Zenkarn that sees this, although,
Do we get a visual image through thoughts, or...?
No, you don't. The only visual image you get is from the spelunking cap on Aurelia's head. So that basically you see what she sees.
I think, can you guys hear me?
Yes,
Yeah, we can still hear you, mate.
Still hear you.
Okay.
You're
That's like-
coming through.
Yeah, Temper
Oh,
Seal,
I
you can't hear
I
them.
also send all this stuff
Oh,
to
it's just
Flotsam.
people that are down there.
It's
that
just the people that are down in the abyss.
Okay,
And I send it all to Flotsam anyway.
Yeah.
That being the case, we can just assume that Flotsam can relay it to the others.
Flotsam is best relay station.
Yep.
So, what do you see? Do you see, Tanis, or what?
Well, I see a statue of Tanis.
Oh.
There's also what seems to be a giant radioactive waterfall and a huge cathedral, and it's actually pretty impressive, I've got to admit.
It actually is, yeah. It's of, exceptional construction.
I like it. Can you guys get through the door?
Aurelia, just pushes open the two stone doors and says, "Yep."
Awesome.
This is
You
entirely
know,
too easy.
hearing only a quarter of the conversation is rather aggravating.
Well, you have to deal with it, Igor. Maybe if you stop complaining, maybe we'd want to speak with you more.
That's a little harsh. True, but a little harsh.
I'm not liking this. Okay.
Right.
So,
Anyone got any ideas?
roll perception.
Yay. Nat 20.
Oh. Okay.
I'm sorry.
So, Zenkarn, you can pretty easily scan ahead and see that, towards the front, sitting in the pews, there seem to be a few figures, and with your nat 20, you can somehow easily recognize them as, hooded ghouls. Pony ghouls.
Oh. Fantastic. Question. Can I control the sort of
No.
volume? No? Okay.
What do you, sorry, okay, I didn't actually let you finish the question. What was that?
I was gonna ask, can I control the sort of volume of my thoughts, or is it just flat out generalized?
It's just a general thought share.
Okay. That's cool.
Are the goals on the thought share?
You can't really hear any thoughts coming from them.
Yeah. I'll be like, so there's ghouls up front, and then I'll start walking forward, I guess.
Alright. Even though nobody
Kid.
can see you.
That's fine.
Alright. So Zenkarn starts
Tib-
walking up and, yeah, Tibbs.
Sorry, Tibbs is going to frown at that particular notion and say, Zencon, can you tell if they're feral or not?
With your nat 20, you can actually... They've been ghoulified for a very long time, but they don't seem to have the behaviors or, postures of feral ghouls.
Ooh.
Nope, not by the looks of it. I mean, sane, maybe not, but they're not going to try and rip your face off for, no real reason either.
Good enough, thanks, mate.
No
Tibbs
problem.
is going to walk forward then and approach where the ghouls are.
Alright, you'll head up to the front of the chapel. The sort of glowing green waterfall ahead of you now just kind of, with the statue, looms over your head. This sort of massive shrine to Tanis. And, you find this small little group of ghouls sitting near the front, all wearing, hoods. And, as you get closer, they slowly sort of turn to look at you, but, don't really, you can see they're these ghoulified ponies, haven't seen very many ghouls out here in the mob, but, these have all the symptoms, this sort of, withered skin, just, hollowed eyes, this very sort of rotten appearance to them, but the cloaks kind of hide a lot of that.
Alrighty. Tibbs is going to put on his biggest smile and say, evening, gentlefolk. How are you doing? My name is, Dr. Tibbs, and these are my associates. What brings you to this lovely little cave?
They do not answer. At least not at first. Very sluggishly, and almost as one, they rise from the pews and get on their hooves. and then you hear a great multitude of voices in your head, all saying at once, "We are the servants of Tanis.
Fantastic.
We maintain her temple."
Fancy that.
Zombie slaves. That's not a bad idea, actually.
You are welcome in the temple of Tanis for as long as you survive.
That is both welcoming and threatening all at once.
Does Igor hear any of this?
No.
Man, I love these
It is
guys.
all psychic.
Igor decides to let the organics handle themselves and buzzes up to the statue.
Oh, brother. Dealing with this frickin' robot. So, as long as we survive, huh? So, what exactly does that mean, if I may ask?
The curse will take you. It is certain. Many have come before you, but none have made it to Tanis.
Would you be able to point us in the direction of Tanis?
As one, the 7 or so servants of Tanis all point towards the waterfall. The waterfall of Taint.
Time to go swimming!
Well,
Question,
gonna be enjoyable.
if I can. If I'm in soul form, what happens if I walk through that?
Theoretically nothing.
I love the
However-
word theoretically in that sentence.
Well, it's the sort of potion that makes up what is colloquially known as taint is not purely physical in nature.
Wait. I just realized that it doesn't matter. How wide is the waterfall and what's around it?
The waterfall is almost as wide as the entire, width of the chapel, just basically making up the entire back wall, or so it seems. And what's around it, behind the statue, you can kind of see what looks like the beginnings of a metal grated walkway that's spanning a huge chasm. But that's as much as you can see. The rest is blocked by the waterfall, this solid wall of slowly oozing taint, being fed by what seems to be these pipes above, towards the top of the chapel.
Okay, so that's potentially not going to work.
Alright.
Anyone got a plan for getting around the taint?
You saw that the waterfall's being fed by pipes up in the ceiling, correct?
Aren't you all wearing my
Sure.
taint-proof cloak thingies?
I'm not.
Okay.
Everyone
Aurelia,
else.
I've got a slight suggestion. See those pipes up there?
Yeah.
See that gun in your hands?
Is there a way that doesn't risk us all getting exploded and splashed by this stuff? I understand, I'm resistant and you guys have the cloaks on, but I'm pretty sure swimming in this stuff is still a bad idea.
So we stand very far away from it, huh?
Zephyr kind of raises his hoof and says, maybe we can just find a way to turn it off?
Oh, sure. Do the way that's less fun and explosive.
Yeah, by the way, Igor has been examining the statue
Okay.
with perception.
So, the statue, from Igor's point of view, is, seems to be, crafted out of all things, limestone. And, but otherwise has no particular features to it other than being this massive statue of a dragon. In sort of the pose is, sort of a watchful one with, her claws grasped together and just sort of looking down over the mass hall as if judging or watching over them.
Alright.
Limestone.
Yeah.
Ding.
That feels
Idea.
important.
I highly
many-
doubt it is.
How many unicorns do we have?
One, maybe?
Excalibur? Is it Excalibur a unicorn?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't
Well,
think he's going
my
to be able to lift
plan
that.
was basically we get something, we, telekinetically build like an umbrella with something, and then we just walk under the waterfall.
You want,
Again,
Like
that's
pick up one of the
magic.
pews or something.
Excalibur hears your thought and says, "You want me to do what?"
Basically, I want you to telekinetically pick up one of the pews, or, multiple of the pews if you're good enough, and just stick it under the waterfall, and we all just go in through the gap.
And you hear in his thoughts, "My TK isn't that good. It's mostly the exosuit and the spear that makes me the badass I am."
Good to know.
Yeah, badass. All right.
Shut the hell up.
Miss... Excuse me, servants of Tanis, do you happen to know how this whole place works? You run it after all, so do you happen to know where those pipes might lead? Perhaps some way to shut that off?
They're mute. They won't tell you anything.
There are 2 valves. One in the east wing, one in the west wing.
All right. Excellent. I suppose we can try that then. Unless we just want to try risking running through that stuff.
Don't tempt me.
What are you all talking about?
Shut up, Igor.
All right, how about this? We'll split up a little bit. Two and two, or 3 and 3 with Igor and Zenkon.
Maybe.
And we'll each hit a wing.
Okay, we're not being actively affected by the thing, so... Yeah, that doesn't sound like a bad idea at all.
Yeah, and probably the best way to ensure that we don't turn on each other is I go with Aurelia, you go with Zephyr, and the other 2, it doesn't really matter. They can't interact much anyway.
Oh, thanks.
You're a ghost, alright? It's nothing personal.
Then Karen tries to dope slap Tibbs, fails.
Dirt slaps through Tibbs.
I'm sorry.
You feel something
you?
chill along the back of your neck, Dr. Tibbs.
Need to work harder than that, mate.
And I get
I'm
my
sorry.
body back.
I'm sorry. Who is going with who?
Igor, why don't you go with us?
All right.
I don't know. Hey, Rip, yeah. Flotsam, Timber Steel, the rest of y'all, who should I be going with?
Go with Tibbs.
Okay, so what are the 2 groups again? Let's clarify. That Aurelia's going with?
We haven't really finalized them yet. I guess Tibbs and Igor are just going together. I guess we'll just go that way, and then Zenkarn, I guess, goes with the Black Lotus guys?
Yeah, that
The
makes
Black
sense.
Lotus
That way I
guys
can
can't hurt Zenkarn because he's here.
Yeah, okay, yeah. And that way we're...
Sure, yeah, sounds good.
Wait, hang
You
on. I
don't
thought
see
that
this,
was
but Flotsam
wait.
was protectively patting Zenkarn's body.
Yeah, that makes sense. I'm gonna go with that.
I'm good with that.
Okay. I guess...
No offense, Excalibur and Zephyr, I just don't trust you as far as I can throw you while we're in backstab zone.
Well, we're not being affected, but... And then he thinks, yeah, I wouldn't trust me either, Backstab Curse or not. Did I just
sweet of you?
Did I just think that out loud?
You did.
Ignore
Thanks for that,
that.
by the way.
Ignore that.
You think everything out loud, mate. We all do. It's the
I
bloody fun of this place.
Tiny bastards.
I heard that.
Okay then, well, which wing do you want, I guess, thinks Excalibur.
Ooh,
Guess we'll
west.
take the west wing.
Okay. And, we'll just check out the east then. And,
I see you back here in a few.
Hopefully, yeah. Hopefully there aren't too many traps to this, although...
If nothing else, we can see how far this whole mental link thing extends, and we can tell each other what's going on.
That's true, yeah. Won't be too hard to cry for help. Not that I would ever call on you frickin' ponies for help, but frickin' nutcases, all of you. Anyway.
Does that? No, wait, never mind.
Okay. Paging Dr. Tibbs to the West Wing.
Absolutement.
Alright. So, on either side of the chapel, there are, doors leading off to, other rooms in the temple. The west wing, opens up to a hallway and then to a, what looks like a, baptismal font, filled with, slightly glowing water.
Oh, bloody great. More religious zealotry. Fan-fucking-tastic.
What is there a problem there, Tibbs? Or, I mean, this stuff goes over my head, but
Just not a huge fan of this kind of stuff.
in your head you hear, oh gosh, it's a library.
Ooh, a library.
Hate library.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
Don't let
Boys,
Sam
uncuddle
hear
me,
you say
please.
that.
Alright. Back in the West Wing, there is a door, it's a very plain wooden door in the back, to the side, that says boiler room.
Well, seems like the best place to go, right, Aurelia?
Yeah, I'm not keen on taking a dip in the dirty water, yeah. Not looking to get
Right.
baptized, although I guess the ghouls would like this stuff, right? That's how ghouls work?
Well,
Yes,
I
have
think
girls
it would have to be you if the valve were there. I'm not
You mean if the valve
waterproofed.
weren't there?
Well, if the valve were in the pool, and she kind of looks over the lip of the pool. Yeah, no, not in there. I think. I'm pretty sure.
Alright, so Tibbs will, go around the baptismal pool and to the wooden door and see if he can open it.
It seems to be locked.
Alright, do I need to roll an acrobatics or athletics something to break it down by bucking it?
You can roll flex to bucket. You can see if you can try rolling like mechanics to lockpick it even. Whichever you like.
Alright, I will... Give me a sec, I gotta check my character sheet. They are both 5, so it doesn't matter either way.
Okay, then.
Pick the lock, pick the lock, pick the lock.
I
Do
can
it, do it, do it.
assist with the mechanics if you want.
Aurelia, actually, Aurelia can try, and any of the party members advising her over the radio can, assist with their skills.
Alrighty. Aurelia, can you pick this lock? If not, I'm just gonna try and buck this door down.
I can try, I guess. It's kind of a first
Wait a minute.
for me.
Would
With having
Igor,
hands and all.
would I be allowed to use both Igor and Javolt as assisting?
In this case, yeah, well, if Igor is kind of possessing independent thoughts on the matter, but I imagine it would just be knowledge that's passed on from Javolt, but...
Well, I think they have different mechanics scores. Yeah, they have different mechanics scores.
This is what I find kind of weird about companions, is when it comes to assisting skill checks. But alright, yeah, I'll let you roll both.
Alright, that's for Igor, and that is for Javolt.
Alright. Anyone else have
That
have anything to add on
pretty
this?
horrible.
Yeah, that wasn't very good on either.
Well, if you absolutely need to unlock the door, I've got the two, what are they, whatchamacallits from Tempered Steel.
Nope.
Flotsam, are you able to assist?
Did you say it was mechanical or stealth? Sorry.
Mechanics.
Yep, I have 15 in mechanics. I will just roll that. It would really help if I could use the shift key. There we go.
Oh, there we
30.
go. An actual good roll on this.
Huzzah! Flotsam is useful.
Alright.
You have to turn it clockwise. No, wait, counterclockwise. Yes.
Walk me through the pens thing first.
Okay, so first you do this, and then you do that. And then you
I
kind of
can't
wiggle it.
see what your hooves are doing.
She eventually walked her through it.
Alright. With that, mainly, Javolt helps a little bit, but mainly with Flotsam's assistance. And a little bit of time is spent. It takes, good 20 minutes or so. She eventually gets the lock clicks open.
I want some of the XP for that.
What are you talking about?
Nothing.
Okay.
XP.
Let's just not acknowledge that. Okay. So she opens up the boiler room door, and this huge gust of steam comes, billowing out. It is hot like a furnace in that room. You can tell immediately.
This is going to be a joy, isn't it?
Almost it's almost burns to even through the suit. You get pressure cooked if you go in there. Aurelia, however, just kind of walks in like, it's kind of toasty in here.
Well, good
Igor
for you
is
then,
sort of-
lass.
Igor floats after her.
Igor is relatively unaffected by the heat,
Score 1 for artifice.
although he will have to, or she, whatever it will have to worry about overheating if it stays in there for too long.
Alright.
Earlier, do you see anything in there?
I see a whole bunch of pipes and big ground container things. I'm guessing those are the boilers. Lots of valves, actually. I'm not sure which one is the taint one.
All right. How about the two you get out of there for a second and
All right.
let me check something. Can Tibbs find the pipe that was leading from the waterfall back? Like, can he trace it backwards?
From the chapel, it seems to kind of it follows the wall for all, but then it goes into the wall, and it's kind of hard to follow from there.
Excellent. This is gonna be a whole bloody mess, ain't it? All right. Do you have any ideas, Aurelia? Because I'm not quite sure what to do here.
I suppose we could just try messing with random valves until we get progress.
Igor is going to analyze the pipe structure with perception, if that's okay.
Sure.
Got a 27.
Ooh. Aurelia is going to assist on that perception roll.
I think Tibbs is gonna assist on that too if he can.
Yeah, you can try, with helping kind of track as far as you can with the pipe leading from the chapel. Ooh, Aurelia also did well. And and Tibbs got a nat 20.
Follow that pipe.
Tibbs, just from like a brief glance into the boiler room and following the pipe, you can actually kind of intuit where the pipe should be coming out and going back inside the boiler room. And with Aurelia kind of double checking, and finally with Igor's analysis, you can be absolutely certain of which valve controls safely controls the taint flow. And also, and with Igor's analysis, how to turn it off safely without cracking the pipes and overflowing it.
Always trust the machine.
Da-na-na-na.
What are you doing, Jala?
The pipe theme from Super Mario Brothers.
Okay. Wasn't really coming through for the first few seconds.
So Tibbs is gonna point out the specific pipe that is intuit in whatever the freaking word is.
He intuited.
Yes, we intuited to Aurelia. All right, that one. I don't think I can go in there without boiling in my skin. So, think you can handle it, Sheila?
I can. Let's see. Can I turn a valve? She walks in, finds the crank, and just turns it a bit. And you realize that this entire time you've been hearing this sort of low-level sound that sounded like this rushing liquid, and now you hear slightly less of it now. And if you go,
Excellent.
If you go
Thank you, Aurelia.
No problem.
All right, Excalibur, Zephyr, Zenkan, how you guys doing?
Back into the east wing, you find out that there was a hallway that opens up into this library, and there's a side room that says sleeping quarters, but the main attraction is the library there.
I peruse the books.
The entire library is entire stock. All the books are kind of slightly glowing, so that's not a good sign. And for 2, all of it is written in Draconic.
Nah.
There
Wait.
There is
Fuck.
and you
Aw.
can't use your utility talents right now.
I blame Tibbs for this.
Tibbs can hear that thought.
I'm not sure what you're blaming me for, but, fine. Whatever. Don't even care.
Well, you would have heard the thought that, oh crap, these books are written in Draconic. All of them. And I can't use my many-tongued skill.
Still don't care.
Alright. Excalibur and Zephyr in particular is just kind of like leaning against a wall, just completely bored out of his mind. And Excalibur's kind of checking behind the books and whatnot, seeing if there's some kind of secret, but he's kind of not really into it. You hear from him, I was expecting something to actually fight in here. This is lame.
The library. It can't be lame, by definition.
It can absolutely be lame. Look at us. We're just looking at books right now. I came here suited up with a frickin' exosuit and a magical spear, and there ain't nothing. There are ghouls that don't want to fight. The only challenge is this big waterfall of taint. Like, what? Why in hell hasn't anybody already looted this place? Or maybe they already have, and this is all that's left.
Probably because they kill each other before they get to this point. Congratulations, you're better than everyone else.
And before the books fly off the shelves and attack them.
What is your next course of action?
Me or Cuteless?
Cuteless, I imagine.
I wander into the sleeping area.
Okay. You find that it's just a very simple, sleeping, kind of a bunch of bunk beds all situated with footlockers next to them. There are actually a couple more of the hooded, ghoul ponies that seem to be resting here. But, it's, just a basic sort of, it's very tightly packed, like they don't really have much in the way of personal touches or belongings. It's just, this is where they sleep when they have to.
Fair enough. Would anyone here be able to tell me where the valve in this wing is?
The ghoul ponies in here are sleeping and do not hear you.
Assholes. Okay. Yo, you two out there, come wake this lot up. See if they can tell us something.
Do we have to?
Yes, and if you do it without whining every 2 minutes, that would be fantastic.
Well, Excalibur is the main one who's whining. Zephyr is just, seems to be taking kind of a power nap at this point.
We can hear you whinging from the other side of the building, mate. Calm your tits.
Excalibur reluctantly goes to one of these sleeping ghoul ponies and kind of reaches out with a hoof and kind of shakes him. And almost instantly the ghoul rises up and gets on his feet, and Excalibur just kind of skitters back of it. Whoa. Nah, okay. That's creepy.
Oh, it's fine. You wouldn't be able to, I guess I'd turn to the ghoul, not that it makes much of a difference. And I ask again, do you know where the valve is in this wing?
It is.
Or turning off the waterfall?
It is hidden.
Yes, we gathered that. Where?
We are not allowed to tell you.
Are you allowed to tell me where it's not?
Not outside the library.
Fantastic.
Look at all the books.
Can I make the assumption that we can also hear what's going on? Me and Aurelia?
Yeah. Although this is kind of part way into your investigation.
Okay,
I'm kind of playing with timelines a bit here, but
okay, wasn't sure. That's fine then.
this is probably taking place while Aurelia is being kind of coached through her lockpicking.
If I'm not responding to kind words, mate, maybe try violence. Nothing else will get him to shut up.
Tibbs, what am I meant to be violent with?
Not you. The prick with the sword.
Spear.
Whatever,
Oh,
mate.
prick.
It is a
I'm a spear with a sword, damn it. Sorry. I'll mute.
worked very hard to get this weapon. Anyway.
Alright. Oh,
So-
what?
You want me to... Well, does that help you out at all, Zebra?
Well, it means it's in the library somewhere. Which, actually, yes, does help. I walk back into the library, and I'm like, and how many bookshelves are there?
About, like, just shelves, about 24 or so.
Well,
It's
Because I'm going to-
it's a rectangular room. There are most of them like aligned along the walls, and then a few set up as little kind of islands of 4, kind of back to back, along the center.
well, because I'm going to assume they're behind a bookcase somewhere, I'm just going to start phasing through the bookcases.
Okay, you just start walking through a bunch of the bookcases, and you notice that there is kind of a bit of space behind one of them, although you can't see anything along the along the wall there. But there is some extra space where there shouldn't be, and doesn't seem to be a purpose.
Walk deeper into the space.
You're just inside a solid wall now.
Oh.
Although
Hey.
you can kind of see, well, you can kind of feel part of your body kind of, well, phasing through what feels like one of the pipes.
No, back out,
Yes.
back out.
You back out quickly, and there doesn't seem to be any effects on you.
Okay. Spear idiot, I think I found something.
You're gonna have to lead me to where it is, because I can't see you.
Oh, right. Yeah, I give him directions.
Alright.
I see if I can find something.
You lead him to the bookshelf that you found the space behind, but he looks at it and says, "So is it this bookshelf or something? Is it behind it? Do I have to move it somehow?"
There's a space behind it. I don't know how it's open. Use your pony hooves and figure it out.
All right. So he just puts his hooves on one of the racks of the shelf, and just pulls back and sends the entire bookshelf just crashing out, books flying everywhere. Ah, now I see what you mean.
Good enough.
So okay, so there's this little recess here, but I'm not seeing anything.
Roll Arcana on recess?
Okay.
Only 24. Disappointed.
That's enough to notice that with clarity that there's some illusory magic hiding something along that wall.
Can I roll Arcana to see if I can dismiss it?
If you'd rolled higher, you'd be able to dismiss it automatically, but
That's cool.
I take it
you
it's too late.
can make a
Get
second
a
attempt.
reroll?
You can make a second attempt to directly try and dispel it.
Yes, please. 26.
That's barely enough. The illusory magic is dispelled, and there is big red valve there. And Excalibur goes, okay, and he starts turning it.
And out comes Half-Life 3.
And in a little slot in the wall below pops a little disc. I kid, not canon.
Aww.
Don't get our hopes up like that, Spud.
It only took 200
You're
years.
a DM, but you're not a monster.
The sound of rushing fluids seems to kind of come to a halt. And that's the result of turning the valve. If you go back out into the chapel, you notice that the waterfall of taint has completely come to a stop, revealing this metal walkway, kind of glowing green, but giving access to a door on the far side of this chasm.
Woo! Walk the door.
All right.
Same here, count at the door.
Yeah, Igor is going to be buzzing along with the group, and she might try to zap anyone who seems to be particularly unstable.
Zephyr just looks tired. Excalibur is quietly grumbling to himself. Dr. Tibbs, and Aurelia is kind of holding her caster at the ready.
Yeah, she decides that that's not actually too bad so far.
Yeah.
Okay, so we get to the door, correct?
Yep, you get to the door, which appears to be kind of similar to the the front door. It's another stone door with this sort of pictorial of a dragon on it.
Alright. Zenkan, can you take a look for us?
Yep, sure. What do you need me to do?
Go through the door, same as last time.
Can do. Walk through the door.
Alright, Zenkarn's soul phases through the door, and what's beyond you, it's actually quite dark, but in your sort of soul version, you just see this huge, long, cavernous hallway, and it is just stuffed full along the sides, just all sorts of bodies.
Ooh, start examining the bodies.
Almost everyone along this almost what feels like a mile of just empty hallway. There's this steady littering of bodies along the hallway, all of them sort of, most of them wearing sort of radiation cloaks and whatnot, but all of them showing signs of being attacked or wounded. Not, some just seem to be reclining as if, with holes in their suits, as if they had been exposed and ended up just letting the radiation kill them slowly. Or
Scalva,
and some, with, killed just by their, by the weapons that the others had brought with them. Although any sign of the weapon seems to be completely absent, as if they've been looted already. And this trail of bodies just extends for the entire almost mile.
Yay. Well, I relay all that to the guys in the sense of,
Well, we can see
buddies,
this through Aurelian's helmet, right?
fine.
Or this camera. Whatchamacallit?
You will be able to after we enter it.
Oh, right.
you guys can come in. It should be, well, I mean, none of this place is safe, but nothing's going to immediately kill you if you walk through the door, I think.
Good to know. Tibbs will open the door and head in first.
Alright. You,
Igor is going to be, trying to stay in the middle of the group so she can watch everyone.
Okay. And, you all walk through, and Aurelia actually walks in and sees what's going on, and takes a deep breath and thinks to herself, holy crap, that's all. I don't think I've seen that many dead bodies before.
I know, it's great, right?
Of course
Lucky
you would think
kid.
it's great. Also, at this point I should mention, Zenkarn, you've got about 15 minutes of your soul form remaining.
Ah, crap.
Make it count.
In that case, Tibbs, do you want to loot some of these radiation cloaks in case we need some more? I'm going to run up ahead, because I think I'm starting to run out of time.
Alright, you do that. I'll see if there's any I can salvage.
Cool.
Should I roll perception to see if there are any I can salvage?
Yeah, I can roll.
Or are
perception.
all of them pierced and cut from the various backstabbings?
At a surface level, it looks like they're all pierced. There's none that's in perfect condition.
That's what the repair skill's for.
Although, theoretically, if you
I rolled a nat 20 on finding salvageable stuff.
Oh wow!
Where are you getting all these 20s from, man?
I don't know, but it scares me, because if I'm rolling them here, that means I won't be rolling them at the dragon.
No!
Oh my. Okay.
Let's see if we need to roll it at the dragon.
Oh wow. Okay. So, okay. Not only do you find, more than one pony that apparently had no wounds at all, just simply seemed to starve to death or something. And so their suits are basically intact and clean. But you also find a few suits that just with a few scraps or replacement parts from a bunch of other salvage suits that have those parts intact, you can basically repair a bunch very easily to have another couple of intact suits. So you find in total 2 intact radiation suits and 2 the components for 2 more once you assemble them.
Excellent. Looks like if something happens to us, we can at least protect ourselves on the way out. So,
Field trip into the Tainted Abyss. We have suits for all.
how about now? Anyways, Tibbs is going to squeeze those into his bag, if possible. Otherwise, he's just gonna...
You do have... You got a little bit of room. You can basically, like, drape them over your shoulder or something.
That was what he was gonna do otherwise, just toss him over his back and see what...
I was gonna say, yeah, you've got room
continues.
now that you lost all those drugs, but then it's like, oh, right, they took the bag, too.
No, they took the entire bag, the assholes.
Yeah.
More mad about the drugs, though. A little more mad about that.
All right.
I guess since Zenkarn's going ahead, he should probably do that and let us know what's going on.
Oh, so Zenkarn's going on ahead?
Yep. If I'm running out of time, I may as well.
All right, you just book it down the entire mile, just passing by more and more dead bodies, though they seem to be getting a lot more scattered, more few and far between as you head further and further down the hall.
I wouldn't give to practice in this place.
Indeed, right? Until finally you come to this seems like this great smoky wall of fog.
Oh, okay. Walk into the fog.
All right, you pass through the fog and it dissipates. The wall just kind of disappears, and what you see before you is sort of the end point of this grand cavern, the final great cave, with the, these stalactites and all that. But along the back side, and immediately you're met with this green and gold glow, because before you stands one of the biggest dragon hordes you've ever seen. Just piles upon piles of gold. But along the back wall, you see... I've thought this up and I'm still not sure how to describe it. You see what remains of a dragon, sort of. This great green dragon that has 3 heads, and whose back half, along her back and her lower body, has seemed to have just kind of melted and fused along the back wall.
Oh.
So we're dealing with Scylla here.
Oh.
Her 3 heads seem to be kind of permanently locked in different expressions. One is very angry looking, one is very sort of sad looking, and one is kind of seems to be stuck in a state of bliss.
That fog was grey, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And you hear all collectively in your minds this whisper, "Who approaches?"
Okay. My name is, Zenkarn. I'm assuming you're Tanis?
Yes. And Zenkarn, you notice, actually pretty soon after you've opened up and taken all of this in, you notice, Excalibur has kind of run up beside you, and even with his helmet on, you can kind of realize he's just kind of gaping at, all the treasure, like going, "Holy crap, this is the mother lode!"
Is Igor beside Excalibur? Igor. Where is Igor?
I imagine the rest of the group, is Excalibur just kind of running off as soon as the fog wall drops, and you see this green and gold coming from the end of the tunnel.
Struth, what a stupid son of a bitch.
He hears that and goes, "Screw you. This is the biggest treasure we've ever found, and you should be more respectful of that."
Igor is going to go after Excalibur.
Aurelia is also just kind of going to roll her eyes and get into kind of a light jog after him.
Tibbs is gonna run straight after him.
God, I keep my gaze locked onto the dragon, who I'm a lot more worried about than the big pile of treasure.
Where's Zephyr?
Zephyr is, just seems to be actually kind of, shell-shocked by all the bodies here. He stands still, not really, following along he's kind of flopping along behind you, but not at any particularly brisk pace.
No, if Tibbs notices that, he's going to turn around, get behind Zephyr, and push him forward.
Okay, and that kind of gets him going, and he also follows along.
Excellent. So I assume we all make it to the dragon's horde lair section.
Yeah, the great big clearing now.
Okay.
And Excalibur just is like examining all the gold pieces, looking up at the dragon, and then he seems like he wants to just like dive and swim around in it.
Alright, is Igor next to Excalibur now?
Yeah.
Alright, so I did actually have a summon Spritebot combat talent representing her as a conjuration.
No, I'm not. You're not in combat.
Okay, can I just say Igor zaps Excalibur every time he glances at the horde?
That would be really hard to keep up, considering that the horde is pretty much everywhere.
Okay,
It is a huge pile, almost like, you think, treasure room in the Cave of Wonders type of deal.
Igor gives Excalibur a light zap.
God! He immediately points the spear at the Spritebot and says, "Do not frickin' test me, robot."
How are you going to carry this all?
Aurelia pipes up at that and says, "More importantly, isn't it all kind of going to be irradiated at this point?"
She has an excellent point there.
We'd be a little bit more worried about, the giant dragon. Just saying.
Tanis doesn't seem
Getting to that, Zencon.
Tanis seems to be physically, at the very least, almost in a semi-catatonic state, not really reacting to what you're doing.
Then now.
Alright, I've never exactly done this before, so Aurelia Zencon, got any suggestions? Should we, you got anything to say to her, maybe?
Usually we just ask questions. Like, so, why were you put in charge of the betrayal curse?
The happy, the third head of Tanis blinks at that and very slowly turns towards you, making very sickly creaking noise as it does so. And you hear in your mind, "Because it pleases us."
To make ponies fight?
Why fight when you ponies destroy yourselves? Why? She notices you and says, You are the first. How did you?" And almost all at once, all three heads seem to take notice of Aurelia and say, Egg! Our egg!
Oh my.
Aurelia just kind of freezes up at that. What? I'm sorry, what?
How are
I
the people
think
on the
she's
other side
trying
of the
to say-
radio?
Yeah, people on the other side of the radio can see and hear all that's happening in the cave right now.
Oh, so Tanis is actually speaking.
Yes.
Not-
Well, no, but you can see. Okay, so you can see what's happening and you can hear anything that's spoken.
Would you like me to? Would you
And
like me to
anything
still-
else, I'll send to Dally, and I'll send
Yeah.
to Flotsam, and Flotsam will relay.
We can say that we're doing the relay. There's a time delay,
Yeah.
like a live stream.
Is she saying that she's Aurelia's mom?
Sounds
No,
like
we've been over this before with Flotsam. It's not genetics, it's family that matters.
sure, but this is still kind of a big deal.
Yeah,
Aurelia, you okay?
even so.
Aurelia?
Can you clarify that, Tanis? And, for those of you in the room, what follows is not any sort of verbal response, but sort of just a barrage of ideas, of mental images. And,
Oh no.
And what you kind of see from them is that just this grand idea of, the dragons were dying, but they managed to preserve 2 eggs. The parents had perished, but they were their charges. And it was up to Glaurung and Tanis to preserve the 2 eggs and make sure and to feed the curses, the life energy of ponies into them so that they could grow to be stronger and to be the new leaders of Dragonkind. All this conveyed not through words, but through just images and feelings.
I think I know where the other egg is.
Statue?
How deep was that baptismal pool?
Well, here's the thing. It wasn't that deep at all, and there really was nothing in it.
Okay, I had a thought.
Now, you had that thought, and it was heard by the rest of the group, and this time almost entirely focused at you is another second barrage of images. This time of
Oh joy.
One day knowing that the egg was in her hoard and safe, and then another day it was gone. Like it was stolen.
Oh my fucking god.
And I know where it is. Oh, where it was. Sort of. Yay.
Sweet Christ.
She doesn't
Celestia.
she doesn't know who took it, but it only fuels her rage further.
I think I know who took your egg.
Who? Where?
He calls himself the executive, and from what I can tell, someone's hatched it, and it'd been working for, not for, but with a rather unscrupulous bunch of ponies.
This just fills her with even more rage, and you get a sense of great regret that both of their offspring have been taken by ponies and corrupted by ponies. No longer images of the great dragons they hail from, but now something twisted and inferior. And this gets Aurelia riled up. Hey! Ugly old mutant. Aurelia speaks up at this point. Ever since Nidhogg, I wasn't really sure what to think about you guys and all this. And now looking at you, I just... Yeah, you're kind of dragons, but you call us corrupted. Look at you guys, you're twisted by this. You're just shadows of your former selves, just ideas wrapped up in this big old magical curse, and honestly, just so obsessed with killing ponies that Nidhogg was the only one who actually realized what was going on, and she lifts up her plasma caster and aims it directly at Tanis.
Tibbs is, as Aurelia is speaking, Tibbs is going to scowl very, very ferociously and mutter under his breath. So you're saying they're feral, huh? Feral ghouls. Feral beasts.
Oh!
You alright there, Tibbs?
I think it's time. Tibbs is going to put down his saddlebag and pull out a very large knife.
You call that a knife?
Don't even.
Sorry.
And through gritted teeth, he's going to say, it's time to put this beast down.
Excalibur finally draws his eyes away from the treasure and kind of just leaps in between you and Tanis and says, Whoa, hold on a second, hold on. We don't know what killing Tanis will do to the treasure. At least let us get the treasure out first, or something.
Zap.
Oh, don't you even start with me, robot.
Zap.
If you do not get out of my way, I will take your tongue, rip it out, and shove it so far down your throat you strangle on it!
Tibbs?
Excalibur
Someone get it.
stabs Igor.
Fiddlesticks.
Igor! Someone get a hand on Tibbs down there.
Someone
I'd like
stop
to,
Excalibur!
No, look, can we all just calm down for just a second? I've got some questions, and then you can kill each other.
Typical Zephyr.
So what's Zephyr doing during all this?
Zephyr is like, hey, come on, man, don't be like that. I mean, it's irradiated anyway, it's useless, and Excalibur just thinks, what the hell? What's a few rads between friends?
Is Igor still active?
Just barely.
Sorry, mate. Robotics is not my specialty.
Tanis.
That was not in character. It was just something I was stating. Anyway, Tibbs is going to, I'm assuming that Excalibur is still in between them and Tanis.
Okay, so if the spirit's still kind of embedded in Igor, right?
Yeah.
Did I cut out? Okay. So Igor is now going to be trying to tug on the spear and sort of pull Excalibur along.
Excalibur pulls out the spear and stabs her again.
Someone has to stop him
Guys.
doing that.
Guys, maybe this is just the curse talking, but you need to get out of there.
Yeah, get out of there. Come back now.
Tanis, one question, and this is important. Are you like Nidhogg? Were you, raised up by the great dragon as well?
You get kind of sort of mental image that seems to be in the affirmative, but at the same time, everyone, you notice that the stream of sort of paranoid thoughts that you'd experienced on your way over here before loyalty kicked in, that seems to have started up again.
Okay, guys,
I'm also,
get out of there.
hearing
This-
Flotsam. Zankarn, you're hearing Flotsam in your head going, please, you've got to get them out. You've got to keep them safe.
Doing my best. Well, as good as I can at the moment.
Look, don't try to... Look, just get out of there, get up here. If nothing else, so we can remove the curse again. At the very least, get up here for that. If anything else, we can talk about that later, but for now, get out of there.
I've got things to do.
Well, you're-
Zankarn, roll Arcana.
Wow. Rolling like crap today.
You want me to
It's
let
not
you
one
re-roll that?
disease here.
You want me to let you re-roll that?
Can if you want, but with a 24, it should be fine, probably. Nah, it'll be fine.
Sure.
Alright, so you notice that not only has the Backstab Curse seemed to be active upon you all again, but it feels like it's starting to push outward, further beyond its normal bounds. And you get from a kind of a mental feeling from Tanis that from reading your mind, she now realizes that the other three of her fellow dragons are dead. Their lands no longer under any curse. Therefore, no need to fight over territory.
This could
There's
actually
only one
be-
disease here. The feral in front of me. You can cure disease. You cannot cure the feral. You can only kill them. You can only end them. And I'll take care of them later. The biggest comes first. The dragon dies first.
Those are all thoughts you're hearing from Dr. Tibbs.
Right.
Okay. How long would it take anyone to get down there right now?
You wouldn't make it all the way
Dial
to the group before dropping over dead. I'll just
Not
say
even with
that.
Rad safe.
Not without a lot of rad safe.
Okay.
Alright.
Excalibur just, when he hears Dr. Tibbs' thoughts, he points the spear at you guys and says, No, screw you guys. This treasure's mine. I am now officially the richest pony in the goddamn wasteland.
Can
And I'm
Igor
not
still
letting
move?
you kill this dragon before I can claim it.
Look,
Can Igor
guys,
still move
We can't
at
kill
all?
the dragon
get him
anyway.
out of there. We could try
I
and
don't get
save him later if possible. For now, get out of there before you end up dead.
How integrity? How much is
40%?
Okay. Igor is going to try to move toward the pile without Excalibur noticing.
Make a stealth check with a -10 penalty.
Oh joy. Let's see what's
Tiger's
Igor's.
gonna get destroyed.
Oh boy.
Igor, get out of there before you get more hurt.
+5, -10. Ouch.
9. Yeah. Excalibur immediately turns around and just stabs one more time into Igor.
No!
How close is Igor to the,
Barely got to move at all.
Javolt, Igor's your sprite bot. Tell her to get out of there. She'll get killed.
Igor starts trying to spark at the gold. At the irradiated gold pile.
Javolt, your robot's gonna die if you don't get it under control. Or cease to function, or whatever happens when in such a situation.
I don't want Igor to die. I barely started getting to know her.
No, I wouldn't mind.
Aurelia points her plasma caster at Excalibur instead, and says, "You might want to stop right there. One shot of this thing, and I'll bet you I can pierce that exosuit of yours."
Look,
Igor
Aurelia,
gives an annoyed little buzz and keeps sparking at the gold pile.
Aurelia, get Tibbs, get Igor if you can, and then get out of there. Aurelia, you're probably the only... you're the only physical sane one down there right now, probably. Use that.
Yeah, and I'm not getting out of here until this ends.
But you're all gonna die.
Not if we destroy Tanis first.
Look, I
We
get
can end
down
this
there
curse
if I
right
could,
now.
But I don't think I can even get to you without dying.
I don't
That's not-
need you right now.
Can I make a persuasion check to try and convince them to get out of there?
More than what you've just been repeating for the past 5 minutes? Sure, give it a shot.
Let's see, what's persuasion? Okay, so 1d20 plus 10. I get just a basic 20.
Aurelia almost reconsiders, well, not really almost, just kind of barely reconsiders, and then says, "No. This curse is starting to spread. It's gonna hit Skyfall and Slayer Base and Gold Rush, even."
You know, if Lapis were here, Tempered Steel would right now be asking him and
Because
Flotsam
anybody
if they
listens
build
to
a
Powder
bomb
Keg.
big enough to just drop down there and blow the whole place up.
Okay,
With us inside
Javolt-
it, thank you for that. We are...
Well, I mean, after you get out,
okay, Javolt
like
says,
pull out
wait,
and then just drop a bomb down.
how is Igor? What is she doing? Is she alright?
You can see through Aurelia's feed that Igor's barely hanging on, but one more strike and she's finished.
Does anyone notice Igor repeatedly attempting to spark at
They notice, but they don't know what the hell it means, so no one does anything about it.
Okay. Can I have Javolt roll something to interpret that?
It's your bot. I don't know what your interpretation would be. What is the interpretation?
Okay,
Just
alright.
what is if Javolt knows what it is, then maybe Javolt knows what it is.
Why is Igor trying to set fire to the gold?
Because your
Be-
robot is stupid.
Because it doesn't realize it's gold.
No, Javolt says that in character.
Yes, and that's the response you get. Nobody knows. Also, despite you say trying, but she's not really close enough. She's just kind of sparking at it, and a couple embers kind of happen to land on it, but nothing happens.
Aurelia, do you think you can take Tanis? Do you think you can end this?
Look at her. The only reason she survived this long is because no pony's ever not backstabbing enough quick enough to get this far.
So end it.
Excalibur stands in the way again. No, you are not frickin' doing this.
Why?
Tibbs rushes
up,
and tackles
Tony.
Excalibur.
Roll athletics.
$15.
All right, 15. So I rolled a natural 1 in response, and I'm interpreting that as you charge Excalibur, he readies his spear to kind of pierce your armor if he can, but then alongside you, Zephyr also tackles Excalibur, and you both kind of pin him down.
Yay!
Wait a minute. What happens when plasma comes in contact with radioactive material? Just so we know this.
Aurelia, You can't see it on the video feed, but Aurelia grins and says, "Let's find out." And she
Please
points,
don't get yourself killed down
she
there.
points the plasma caster up at Tanis's mutated body. And
I was talking about the Horde.
I like Aurelia's idea better.
Agreed.
Thirded.
natural 20 on the precision check. Holy crap.
Booyah!
Wonderful.
Hell yeah!
And we thought we used up all the natural 20s.
This game, this session, man. Aurelia initially aims for the chest, but then gets a wicked grin on her face and points up at the heads, and lets off 3 shots, all hitting right between the eyes. And Tanis psychically screams out in pain as the plasma eats into her mutated flesh, and sort of melts into the brain matter within all 3 heads. And the mutated skin that kind of sticks to the wall starts to kind of bubble and boil as Tanis continues to scream out her last. And her flesh just starts to I know, these dragons are getting more and more disgusting, but I promise this is like the last one. Her flesh starts to as she just continues to scream out. And at this point, even like the group waiting outside can hear it. Can hear this screaming, this agony. And the paranoid thoughts are getting more and more and more intense. Just
Flotsam clutches her head.
and the flesh just kind of melts off her skeleton. And you see that the 3 heads, once the body kind of reveals that the skeleton is just almost kind of exactly how you would expect Tanis to look. It's just that the flesh around it just kind of mutated around her. But the flesh just leaves this pile of boiling green goo along the floor. This boiling flesh. And all that's left is the skeleton. Excalibur struggles, but rolls a 4, so doesn't really put up much resistance against Zephyr and Tibbs, even though he's screaming bloody murder. Like, you frickin' fools, what the hell are you doing? No! No!
Tibbs is gonna punch Excalibur in an attempt to knock him out.
His helmet's
You maniacs! You blew it up!
His helmet is armored.
You hurt
Still
your
gonna
hurt.
punch him.
Still gonna, yeah, you don't knock him out with that, but he does feel like, you
I forgot about the helmet. I'm sorry.
you frickin' asshole, I swear to, once I get out of this, I swear I'm gonna kill you all, I swear.
Would you prefer I sever your tendons and lead you out here on a rope?
It doesn't even begin to describe what the hell I'll do. You frickin' fake doctor, you piece of... Aurelia rolls her eyes and fires again at the skeleton. And, rolls not a natural 20, but still, a natural 17. And when she strikes the target, the skeleton had already been kind of primed by the last really lucky, precise shot, and when this 4th shot hits the skeleton directly, this energetic chain reaction occurs, and the skeleton just kind of blows up in this grand cascade of plasma energy. And the screams of Tanis intensify, and you see this dragon soul rise up from the energetic reaction for a bit and then disappear. The paranoid thoughts fall silent, the bubbling flesh cools instantly and seems to evaporate. And for a moment, all is still and calm.
Man, I am never going to get to examine a dragon's corpse, am I?
Whoa. What a rush.
And then the cave
And
starts
now
to
the
rumble.
goats. Oh, God, of course.
Excalibur
Okay.
now seems to be kind of dazed. Like, what happened? Ooh, shiny. Wait, what's that rumbling sound?
My
Guys,
guess, the
can we
cave's
get
about
out
to collapse
now?
on us. We need to get out.
Move your butts like your lives depend on it.
Which they do.
Exactly.
Yeah, Igor is going to try to crawl over to Aurelia and hang on to her tail.
Yeah, someone pick up Igor.
Aurelia puts away the caster, picks up Igor, and starts running.
Aurelia, you're my hero.
I try. But, thank me when I'm out of here.
Yep.
Alright, everyone start rolling athletics.
Oh,
Except
God.
for Igor.
Except Igor. Igor is being carried, that's fine.
Is
You know,
this
man,
everyone?
this thing
Everyone?
right now-
Actually,
Only-
screw it.
card.
I just basically end face step.
Oh yeah.
Leave.
Zen
Starts running in ghost form. Wait a minute.
Karn has disconnected from the game.
I find it amusing that Zenkarn could have just stood there and let the cave collapse around him, and it would have been just like...
I was seriously considering it.
I rolled a 22.
I'm actually kind of disappointed that you didn't, Zenkarn.
Oh, Aurelia kind of lags behind a bit.
Could I let her re-roll that?
Well, those of you who are watching over the radio and video can actually give her encouragement, by which I mean supporting athletics checks.
Oh,
I'll do.
boy.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, joy. Let's see how that turns out.
I got a 20, wait, she rolled a 4, I rolled, I've got an ability for this.
Lead by example?
I think that's it. Where is it?
24.
Oh, yeah, helping hand lead by example. You rolled an 8, someone else's skill check, and you get a higher result on your die than the person you are assisting.
Ooh.
Swap the roll results. So Aurelia rolled a 12 plus 9, and I have a 4 plus 13 to assist.
Nice.
I just got...
Very nice. Alright.
Yeah.
With your sort of encouragement, Aurelia picks up her pace even more. The only ones lagging behind now are Excalibur and Zephyr. Mainly because Excalibur's being like, but no, the treasure! So much treasure! And Zephyr's just kind of dragging him along, like, no, come on, we gotta go.
Can I make an assist roll to help them out?
Or can I give my assist roll to them?
Well, that's just kind of the first round of results at this point.
Oh, okay.
Roll athletics again, everybody. At this point, you've gotten out of the mile of death, and you've gotten back to the chapel, but you notice above you that the pipes containing all the taint that was pumping through the system is starting to kind of crack.
That's a 15 from me.
I got a 23 to assist.
Nice.
So is there anyone in danger of falling behind?
Black Lotus Company.
Again, it's just kind of Excalibur.
Can I make an
22 assist.
Well, right now you can really only assist Aurelia, because that's kind of the connection. With the
Even though I'm going to make an argument, and just you can obviously feel free to shoot it down, but Flotsam feels duty bound because of their promise to Sharp Edge to protect.
You can't
the rest
assist with
of his
athletics checks. You can't assist with persuasion checks to try and get their butts in gear.
Okay.
I will do that. Can I try and do a persuasion check on Excalibur?
Yes.
I will.
Sweet, thank you.
I will also do that.
I will do one for Zephyr.
Alright, just to balance things out, sure.
Oh! I got 27 to persuade.
What do you say?
Oh, shoot.
Me?
Yeah.
27 to persuade Excalibur?
Yeah.
Alright.
What do you...
And
I probably should have asked beforehand, but now I'm curious. What do you say?
I can tell you what Flotsam says.
Yes.
Excalibur, get your butt out here so I can kick it! She rolled a 16.
Yeah.
Alright. Javolt is going to say, money is not useful if you're not using it, and you can't use it when you're dead.
Well, that gives a penalty to your roll, but you rolled a frickin' 27, so it hardly matters. And he's super reluctant to, but, your words over the radio kind of do kick him into gear, and he kind of closes the distance a bit.
Well, I may need to re-roll my assist, because I got a 12 to try and get
As
Zephyr.
long as you didn't get a nat 1, you're not really hurting things.
Okay.
Zephyr, at least, is not reluctant.
Zephyr was
to
not
go.
lagging behind too much.
Okay.
Zephyr is not obsessed with the gold like an idiot.
Okay, I will hold off on re-rolls for the moment.
If I'm awake, yell over the radio, "Someone try and help the ghouls out, will you?"
Oh god, that's a good point.
So, as you run out of the walkway and across the chapel, as stones start to fall from the ceiling, you notice the ghouls have just kind of all gathered up and prostrated themselves before the statue, very calmly and serenely.
Guys, tell them to run!
Aurelia, as she runs by, is like, "You might want to run, guys, bye!" If you can picture her just, running, knees, fully coming up, carrying this broken sprite bot, just kind of running by going, yeah.
Can we make that the next round?
Tibbs following close behind, still with the knife in his mouth, because he didn't exactly have time to put it away, yells, "Get the fuck out of here, you twitch!"
With a knife in his mouth.
Excalibur and Zephyr run by and don't really care too much about the plight of the ghouls, but the ghouls don't seem to make any move to go. They don't outwardly show any emotion.
They have been waiting for this day to come.
And one more athletics check to get the hell out.
Possible they may not want to get out, and they're... Yeah.
Oh, who's that? Oh.
19.
Okay, who needs the assist?
Zephyr gets clipped by one of the falling rocks and sprawls along the ground.
Okay.
I've got a 22 assist athletics. Should I also do a persuade for Zephyr?
Yeah, the right motivation could probably get him to power through it long enough to get out.
Let's see if one of us can help there.
Okay, I rolled a 22 to assist Zephyr.
Yeah, take steals. He's done better than me.
Alright. That's okay.
If I tossed a magic point onto it, could it be flavored as Tibbs running back and picking him up to get him moving again?
Yeah, I would accept that.
Okay, then I'm tossing my magic point on that.
Weirdly enough, because you still have the knife in your mouth, it kind of doubly motivates him to get up and going, because it's like you're coming back to help him, but you're doing so with this big, Australian knife in your mouth, and and he's like, "Oh crap!" and his fight or flight instinct kicks in, and he just books it.
Excellent. Glad that worked.
I just love how it's like, oh god, building collapsing all around me. Oh my god, angry Australian coming at me with a knife.
Alright, you're able to go out through the front entrance, climb up the stairs, and get outside the gate, where you can see the lens of truth cracking and then just kind of exploding in this hail of crystal as the entire cave behind you just collapses. And once you're finally out, Excalibur just drops to his onto all four hooves and just screams out, "You maniacs! You blew it up!"
Yes!
Bravo, Spud.
Damn you
Bravo.
all to hell.
That was wonderful.
What is
Can
this?
we give
Planet
you
of the
bonus XP
Goats?
points?
Sorry, what?
Is there a
I
stat?
said, can we give you bonus XP points?
Yeah, Javolt.
God, level
Javolt.
up.
No, that's on the house.
Yeah,
Is there-
Javolt rolls his eyes and says, "What is this? Planet of the Goats?"
Okay.
Is there a statue of Tanis nearby to complete the imagery?
Yeah, it flies out of the cave.
Hell, I'll make that canon, sure. In the collapse, part of the statue of Tanis just exploded into the open air of the crevasse, and Excalibur is just on his well, not horse's knees, I guess, pony knees, just screaming at it, "No!"
You do realize we can excavate it from the above, now that we know exactly where it's located.
Yeah, and in how many years? That was so much gold.
Well,
Wait, Wait, I have some very important business to attend to. Flotsam goes round to each of the party members and kind of
Well,
goes,
they're not out of the crevasse yet.
never mind then. Get out of the crevasse! Get up here! I have business to attend to.
Working on it, little Sheila. Kind of out of
Give us
breath
a
right now.
second. Got your bot, Javolt.
Aww.
Oh, yes, yes.
Igor,
Is she
can
still
you hear me?
alive? Igor sort of buzzes.
Yeah, she's got, like, 3 big holes in her, but I think she's... Ow! Yeah, she's still zapping.
Don't worry, Igor, we'll get you fixed up.
Although not for much longer. She keeps electrocuting me.
Igor tries
Alright.
to hold still.
Anyone besides the robot hurt?
Zephyr winces as he tries to flex his wing. Ow. I can walk, but I don't think I'll be flying for a while.
We'll patch that up as best I can on the way up, alright?
Yeah, well, maybe once we're out, can't really take the suit off until, Geiger counter's not clicking.
Fair enough. Jeez, that was a lot. That was way too much running.
You guys did great. Except for you, Excalibur, I will have words with you.
Screw you. Oh man, I almost didn't notice the stupid mind link thing stopped. Oh, happy day.
I can think all the murderous thoughts I want to without any repercussion.
Yeah, we look forward to getting rid of you too, asshole.
It's scary. I don't know what part of that was me and what part of that was the curse.
Little column A, little column B, I think. Doesn't matter, it's done. Let's just get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. For once I agree with you, Mad Doctor.
No, he's the sane doctor. I'm the mad doctor.
I was just thinking that.
Whatever. And, y'all slowly climb up along the spiraling path out of the Tainted Abyss. So, some time passes where y'all get to kind of reflect on all that happened down there.
During which time, Flotsam will distribute hugs to everyone except to Excalibur.
They're not reunited with you guys yet.
Damn it! Sorry, my bad.
Flotsam must give hugs.
I keep
She
miscalculating.
has an intense need for hugs.
It's true! Hug deficiency. I will stop.
Alright.
Sorry.
Okay, so you managed to climb all the way back up to the surface level again, and start making your way back towards where you left the rest of the party. You notice on your way back, off to the side, you see kind of some scattered bodies, like the remains of a fierce battle.
Tibbs is gonna examine it. Roll perception.
Yep.
Is it going to be another nat 20?
Come on.
It's a 25.
Okay, it's a natural 17. Still really good. Yeah, you're able to because of the emotional attachment you attach to the event. You recognize immediately that those are the bodies of the raiders you handed over your drugs to.
They fell
He's a
down to
god.
the boss.
I thought they would have had to pass us before they could get to them. Unless
No,
went
they
forward.
went off. Well, I mean, they went off in a different direction, and this
okay.
is kind of where they ended up.
Backstab
Ended up
Curse.
permanently.
Yeah, they seem to
So-
have. Most of them seem to be dead, kind of fighting amongst themselves, and
Okay.
pretty easy to find in the center of the group. You can find what looks like the bag of drugs.
Can this be seen? Can this be seen by the folks up top?
No, it's still too far off.
Are you looting
Oh,
drugs?
So it can't be seen through Aurelia's camera.
Oh, actually, Aurelia's camera does capture it. Yeah.
Ah, dag nabbit.
Tibbs,
Yay!
I will say that in the struggle, you notice that some of your stash was consumed and or broken in the fighting, so you've lost about 10% of your stock.
That is Annoying, but okay. And Tibbs is going to pick up the bag and hold it closely to his chest, all the while muttering, "Oh, baby's daddy's here now, and he'll never let out of his sight again."
He's like Flotsam with grenades. It's adorable.
Not the same thing. By several orders of magnitude, methinks.
Is Tim's
Oh, the
breeding
sales
those
I'm gonna
bugs
make.
like a baby? Is it just me?
Who knows?
Hug all the drugs. Hugs for drugs.
Tibbs is going to use one of the cloaks that should still be on his back, one of the broken ones, and use it to tie the two bags back together.
Ah, yes,
So-
to
Good thinking.
fix the broken strap that the raider broke.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Can Tibbs see that particular raider's body?
Actually, yes. He seems to be the one clutching. He was the one closest to the bag.
Oh, no.
Tibbs is going to step over to the body and spit on it.
Okay.
Okay, that's
You
okay.
have
Good-
successfully desecrated a corpse. Congratulations.
Good
And
riddance
should
to
have been
bad reps.
unlocked.
Get on my level,
What are you
Tibbs.
doing down there?
Kids,
and
are you
and
disrespecting
Aurelia
them?
captures the moment on camera.
And-
Javolt grabs Tempered Steel and says, "He just survived a cave collapse. Don't do this until tomorrow at the earliest."
He just got out with his life, and he's getting obsessed with drugs.
And you're obsessed with justice.
And Javolt is obsessed with science, and etc., etc., etc.
It's not an
Robin's obsessed with
obsession.
Yes, it is.
It's a crusade. There is a difference.
Just like Powder Keg's crusade against raiders. Yeah.
At this point, Tibbs is going to smash his hoof through the skull of that raider.
Okay. You have now desecrated that corpse even more.
It's
Still,
And now
a
he's
lot
going
of
to
level.
continue on his merry way.
Wash that hoof
Kids is like,
before you
"Why
get
is
here.
that?"
Okay. With one somewhat bloody hoof, you finally make your way back within eyesight of the rest of the party. And the Geiger counters stop clicking.
Okay, so now we're all reunited?
Yes.
Hugs!
Flotsam goes
Except
in.
for Excalibur. Excalibur gets kicked in the shin.
Ah!
Lightly, because he has just had a near-death experience, but she hasn't forgiven him for trying to kill Igor.
He's still kind of startled by the action, though, and he's still like, ah.
Nobody hurts my friends. And then she goes and hugs Aurelia very, very tightly, and
Oh.
doesn't let go.
Oh. I
Javolt
get the
sort of
feeling that you missed
awkwardly
me.
sidles up during
Yes!
the hug and takes Igor out of Aurelia's hands and starts trying to patch her up.
It's a bit more serious than just a simple patch-up job, I'm afraid. She's at about 10% integrity.
Right.
Javolt, once we get back to Blinky's, I'll help you patch her up, okay?
Provided
Right. Blinkies. Yes. Javolt
Okay.
glances at the sky and, yes, Blinkies.
provided that Aurelia doesn't reject it or repel for it, Temper Steel's going to give her a handshake and a pat on the back.
Okay.
It's meant to be like a friendly one or whatever.
Okay, sure.
Congrats on getting back alive.
Yeah.
So
You
how
are
long would it
amazing.
take us?
That is far more understated than I expected from you.
That was even better than when you did the public speaking.
Don't remind me of that. That was worse.
Seriously, really? You're like the coolest substitute sister ever.
Substitute?
You're,
What's the substitute about?
Well-
you make a pretty good little sister too, you know?
Flotsam beams at her.
Oh, but you know what? I just killed one of my own kind, so I'm ready to take a nap.
Uh-huh.
Well, one of my own mutated kind who really didn't deserve to be in this world any longer, so, you know. And, also at a massive disadvantage because, I was immune to her curse, and she wasn't really able to put up any other fights, so...
Out of
maybe
curiosity-
I'm just gonna stop thinking about this.
Out of curiosity,
What about
how
the
long
fact
would
that
it
you-
take? How long would it take for us to get back to Skyfall?
Well, it probably you'd be getting back as the sun's setting.
Hmm.
On the way,
Are we
Tibbs
gonna
was
talk
going
about
to...
It's about an hour, a little more than an hour's worth of travel.
Hey, when are we gonna talk about the fact that Aurelia has a sibling?
Oh, Aurelia just kind of jumps up at that and goes, "Holy crap! I completely forgot about that."
Zankarn, you said that you thought the executive had them?
Well, I look at her earlier and I'm sort of shuffle a hoof and I'm like, well, there's a good chance I saw him, or her, well, it, while I was in captivity for, that little bit of my travels.
Zephyr picks up on this conversation and says, "What did it look like?"
Tall, dragony, what's his name, called it a sniper.
Was it like pony shaped, or did he have did he have like a?
I think it was really pony shaped. I mean, I didn't get a really good look at it, but
I think you saw one of the hybrids, dude. We've seen a few of them over by Ribcage.
fair
The
enough.
hybrids would be able to use guns,
Can they?
and that
though?
would be why. And that would be why the executive wants them, probably.
Let's put that all off for now. Now
Yeah,
we just need
but-
to rest and recuperate.
Aurelia
I'm
just kind of the realization seemed to catch up with her. I have a sibling, also in an egg, and he or she is probably in the executive's hooves.
Well,
This-
not the executive
yeah.
directly. More likely, he or she is in the cult. The cult
Oh
of
yeah,
Tiamat's
even
hooves.
more likely it's one of the cultists.
Well,
You know-
if it's with the cult, then it's with the executive, who's with the cult at the moment.
Yeah, the executive will have it now, and that's even more of a problem.
Well, what a good thing then that we're paragons of the cult of Tiamat.
You think? Oh goodness, you think maybe that's how they're like making the hybrids?
Oh my gosh, I hadn't even thought of that. That's terrible. We need to rescue them. The egg, your brother or sister.
Yeah, that.
Well,
Oh, one thing at a
Powder and
time,
Zenkai
honestly.
both want
One
to
thing at a time.
go and-
I'm just gonna try not to worry about it.
yeah.
And Aurelia, I know I'm a little bit too late to be saying this, but thank you for bringing Igor back.
Whatever, Javolt. I know it's an annoying robot, but it's your annoying robot, and I respect that.
Yeah, thanks, Relly. Flops
She.
and tentatively pats
Igor
on
is a
the-
she. Why doesn't anyone get that?
Because it's a robot, but, we've had this conversation
She's
before.
a robot.
Fine, she. Fine.
Look, I'm going to stand up for you, Aurelia, and I'm also going to stand up for Igor. It's the same
I get
basic
it.
principle.
Okay. Jeez.
Come on, guys, we're all overtired. Let's just get back to Skyfall and sleep.
Yes, Skyfall, important. Back.
Yes.
Javolt puts Igor in his saddlebags for now, and then goes to carry Aurelia so that she doesn't have to walk
Whoa,
all the
no,
way
no,
to
no, no, no,
Skyfall.
no.
Isn't Aurelia bigger than Javolt?
Yes,
Taller.
he doesn't care.
No, put me down. No, you crazy
You
old
carried
donkey.
Igor, I get to carry
Crazy,
you
creepy
now.
old donkey. No.
You earned it.
No.
Okay, can
What did I do to
Tempered
deserve
Steel-
this?
Tempered Steel pulled Javolt away from Aurelia.
Yes. Yeah, you can do that.
All right, then you carry her, Tempered.
I don't want to be carried.
Can we just walk without
Yes.
yelling at each other for
Yes.
5 minutes, please? Please.
I'm trying to be nice
Please.
here.
Please.
I
Oh,
get
very
it.
well.
That's very
Not
nice of you,
No.
Javolt. But please, I'm okay.
When Powder Keg wakes up, he gets to carry you.
Can
No
Tempered
one's carrying
Steel?
Aurelia. She's a
Since
grown
Powder
teenager.
Keg is currently incapable of, I don't know what happened. No, never mind.
We didn't have him at all this session, unfortunately. Oh well. Yes, you're able
We're
to.
right now. He'd be slapping Javolt.
No, you don't get to make that decision for him.
Well, I'm not saying do that for.
I
make
know. I know what you meant.
No,
And
no,
no.
no, no.
The answer is no.
Onward.
While they're walking, Tibbs is going to sidle up to Zephyr and say, all right, you can get out of that suit whenever, and I'll take a look at that wing for you.
Oh yeah. He's. slides off parts of the hazmat cloak, and then he kind of has to stop and kind of fiddle with the exosuit and kind of get all the parts off. But they come off in a bit, and then he stores them in some bags. It's kind of heavy, but he can carry it like that.
34 to patch up that wing.
You're able to kind of get it splinted and set in pretty short order, actually, to the best of your abilities, and he'll be fine as long as he rests and keeps it steady.
Tempered Steel is going to offer to carry Zephyr's, like, the heavy stuff for Zephyr until they get back to
You can do
Skyfall.
that for him. Yeah, he accepts. All right.
While they're walking back, can Flotsam kind of float alongside Slick?
Yeah.
Hey, Slick?
Yeah.
How you holding up?
You know, better now that this chapter on my life is closed.
I'm really glad we got through this without any of you dying.
Yeah.
And listen, I know that whenever I try and talk to you about you-know-who, I know I just kind of make...
It's fine.
I know I do it really awkwardly, and it's weird because I know so many ponies who have lost some pony, and I haven't lost any pony yet, so I don't know what it's like. But
you're young
say,
yet.
Yeah, I know it's only really a matter of
I'm
time.
sorry, that was cynical.
No, it's okay. I guess what I'm trying to say is, from how he talked about you, I think he loved you a lot, and I'm glad we could keep you safe for him. And I think he'd be sorry for everything that went wrong. Anyway, Flotsam looks incredibly awkward and just kind of floats a little further ahead.
I think I'm going to be leaving the Black Lotus group after this.
Really?
And the rest of the group takes notice of this and goes, "What? Huh?" And Slick just nods and says, "Yeah."
What you gonna do?
Well, what I was originally planning to do with Sharp Edge. Got a 10 pony or something and start anew. Nothing really for me here. I mean, I've got some money, but that's about it.
You'll be careful, right?
Yeah, of course.
Try not to die.
For Sharp
And if you get a radio, you could always keep in touch with us.
Yeah. I'll try to, stay close enough, yeah.
Yeah. Get into trouble, you call me, I'll come running.
Yeah.
Flying, even.
I think you've got problems of your own right now.
Yeah, I'm trying not to think about that too much.
Excalibur steps in front of Slick and goes, whoa, wait. What the... Come on, man, you're our diplomancer. We need you, man. And Slick just glares at Excalibur and says, "I know what happened that night."
What?
Oh, you haven't figured this one out?
Well, see, Sharpedge said that he was betrayed, but you guys said that he betrayed you. So what really did happen?
Devault grabs Flopsam and says, No, you really don't want to know.
No, I want to know.
No, trust me on this.
The
you
Backstab
don't.
Curse was kicking in, but not on Sharp Edge. It was on you and Zephyr. Sharp Edge overheard you two discussing how you were going to off the rest of us because we were going to be dead weight and they would have to give away fewer shares. And so Sharp Edge decided to stop it first. And Zephyr kind of looks down at the ground, and Excalibur just stands his ground but doesn't say anything.
Flotsam kind of smiles a tiny bit. So Sharpedge always was a good pony. I mean, in that respect.
Yeah, he was just looking out for me the whole time. He knew if he struck first, even if he failed, at least, he'd be out and there'd be less dead weight for you to discuss and I'd be safe.
Flotsam taps her hooves together for a moment and then hugs Slick.
So, screw you, Excalibur, you're a horrible leader and I'm leaving. And Excalibur just stands speechless at that.
Flotsam blows a raspberry.
But...
Wait a minute. He was the leader? I didn't know this.
Yes.
This actually explains a lot.
Tempered Steel would face palm, but he's carrying Zephyr's armor, so he's just gonna face roll or eye roll. He'll use the whole. He's gonna exaggerate it by using his whole face.
And Slick just marches on, and Excalibur just stands there, sort of dumbfounded for a while. Zephyr just kind of goes to kind of comfort him, but it's clear that he also doesn't think very highly of Excalibur right now, and 10 Paces just stoically marches on, not outwardly affected. Not sure what he's thinking.
Excalibur? None of my business per se, but you know the adventuring business ain't for everyone. You might want to consider a career change.
But I got this awesome suit and spear and stuff.
Hey, you know what that would be really useful? In protecting Skyfall.
Bodyguard work.
Or if this group falls apart, you could always try to find a new group.
Don't encourage him to be a leader again.
Well, he wouldn't necessarily have to be a leader. I'm just saying if he wants to continue to be an adventurer.
I guess.
I could always use a pony who knows how to defend himself.
I'll think about it.
Hey, you make a lot of money in my business.
What, the drug business?
Yeah,
No,
messengers.
The doctoring business, right?
A little bit of column A, a little bit of column B.
Tibbs, I'm trying to help you out here. Take it.
At this point, you're starting to get Skyfall is within sight, and you're approaching the city gates.
Okay, when they actually do get to the city gates, then Tempered Steel is going to return Zephyr's armor to him.
Zephyr takes it, and with a thanks.
No prob.
Okay. So as you approach the city gates, the guards, which kind of saw you coming from a ways off, actually kind of appear in pretty significant number, and they all seem to be armed.
Nuts.
One of them at the front, he says, "You're back. What happened down there?"
The dragon
Aurelia
exploded.
stopped the Backstab Curse.
It's done?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
No murdery thoughts here. Well, no more so than usual, anyway.
Right. Okay.
No extra unnaturally murdery thoughts.
Alright, this is... Okay, so it's done. Okay. He looks to a couple of the other guards and says, "Relay that back to Chase." And they salute and head off. Whatever you did down there, something got to us here in Skyfall. A couple of ponies are dead.
What? Oh no.
Yeah.
That is completely the dead dragon's fault.
Yeah. It was... Look, weird stuff happened. We were hearing, voices in everyone's head, we were hearing everyone's thoughts.
Oh, we know exactly what that's like.
It got ugly. Some things were said that really should never have been said, and ponies got into fights about it.
Any way we can help sort things out?
We're already on it, but thanks. You've already fixed the problem. If that screaming dragon was anything to go by. I hear that noise for the rest of my life.
Yeah. There's an engineer called Silver Wrench. Do you know if he's okay?
He should still be in the brig. Actually,
Okay.
no, I think he was released recently, but yeah.
Okay.
He should be fine.
I'm sorry about the others, though.
Yeah. It's tough times here in Skyfall.
Of course, we all know Blinky is alright.
Do you?
Blinky's always alright.
Do you?
Mm-hmm.
Blinky is always alright. Blinky is not allowed to be not alright. Let me go see Blinky and make sure she's alright.
Yeah, we all go look for Blinky.
Actually, can we go to Blinky's bar?
Yeah, sure. You head to Blinky's bar, and
It's a bar now?
general store / bar.
In the wasteland, it's all
While they're going up ahead, Temper Steel's going to move that direction slower and just double check, make sure there's nowhere where he can help sort through things.
Wherever there are things that need to be sorted, there are already Skyfall guards attending to it. A sufficient number of them, so. you head to Blinky's general store, and you notice that there are a couple of Skyfall guards there.
Go in, try and find a seat somewhere.
You head inside, and there is a dead pony on the floor in Blinky's store.
Who is it?
No pony you know.
Blinky?
Blinky
Blinky, are you here?
is also in the store, being held by a couple of guards.
What happened? We're Blinky's friends. Tell us what happened.
As the guards start to take Blinky away,
Don't take her away.
she says, "Wasn't me. Wrong
It's
place,
okay,
wrong place,
Blinky.
wrong time.
Oh,
We'll
that's
fix
easy.
this. What happened?
Just found him." The guards try and pull her along, but find that she's just staying, stock still. They're unable to pull her along until she seems to let them. She says, "They don't have any evidence to convict me, but this isn't a proper court. This is the wasteland."
And what is Powder Keg doing right now?
I think we'll find out next session on Fallout as Dragons.
Oh boy.
Are we ending it there?
Yeah. Generally.
Oh.
Blinky getting taken away by the guards. A dead pony in Blinky's store. A mystery to be solved. Yeah, we're gonna deal with this next time.
Yeah.
Technically, in a certain sense, any of the deaths that happened during that period could arguably be defended under the whole Backstab Curse.
We still need to figure out exactly what happened. Should we do the send-off? Wait, who's going to do the send-off with Jawa this week?
I'm tempted to try and do both. Like, try and imitate.
Actually, let's let Tibbs do it.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. This has been Fallout is Dragons.
Join us next week when we find out why Powdercake's girlfriend is being thrown in prison.
It's gonna be fun when he hears about this.
What? You let Tibbs do my bit?
Oh, and Blinky is also in jail. Okay, well, okay. I mean, it was gonna happen.